It is game week for Ghost of Yotei. Yotei. Yotei? You know what I'm talking about. So, it drops this Thursday on the 2nd, I believe. Might be Wednesday night. But, anyways, we're in the week of the release of the sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yotei. And I'm super excited for it. Like, Ghost of Tsushima, I literally just finished playing a couple months ago. I'd never played it before. It was always on my list of playing it. I actually owned it, a physical copy of it that I had never played before. I bought it when I bought my PlayStation 5. And yeah, I just had never gotten into it. And then I started playing it and I was like, what the hell was I waiting on? Like, this game is phenomenal. So I dove headfirst in, loved every minute of it. Thought there were, some things that I could have done without, but that's for any game, right? So I was really excited for the sequel until I learned that the sequel actually had nothing to do with the characters we had in Ghost of Tsushima, which kind of dampened my excitement a little bit. But let's dive into the plot. So, the Ghost of Yotei follows the story of, I'm going to butcher these names, but Atsu, a vengeful mercenary seeking retribution against the Yotei Six, a group of outlaws led by Lord Satu, who slaughtered her family and left her for dead 16 years prior. Set in rural northern Japan around Mount Yōtei in the early 1600s, Atsu adapts the persona of Onryu, a vengeful spirit, to hunt down her family's killer. The game is a revenge tale inspired by samurai cinema, focusing on Atsu's brutal path for justice. So, again, my apologies for butchering any of those names, but I love a good revenge story, right? You look at, for example, Last of Us Part 2, right? That story is about consequences to your actions. So this individual who Atsu is obviously on a path to be able to seek redemption for the death of her family. And I think a good revenge story can really have a lot of complexity and get us invested right away, especially if the intro, if we see her as a child and her family dying, all kind of stuff, it could really get us tied and invested right away for that character and for their storyline. So, look, visually, this game looks honestly miles ahead of Ghost of Tsushima, which I'm surprised by because Ghost of Tsushima was a visually beautiful game. Like, some of the parts that I love the most about Ghost of Tsushima was just walking around on my horse and just seeing the vast landscape and the colors and everything. So, I think that this is only going to up the bar there. I love the fact that through this franchise, and it looks like you're going to have the same here with the sequel, that you have to change your combat style based off who you're fighting against. Because in a world where action combat is starting to lead the way and you get less and less turn-based and less strategy to your fighting mechanics, I think that the fact that you have to switch up and pay attention to who you're fighting, or else, like, you physically won't be able to win that fight, I think that is a great way to be able to introduce some complexity to your fighting style. So, yeah, I think that's going to be great. And I'm really looking forward to the game. What is also very unique for me for the Ghost of Yotei is that I am going to be purchasing my last physical copy of a PlayStation game with this. A few months ago, I went and traded in a lot of my physical copies of my video game collection into GameStop, which surprisingly I got quite a bit out of. I was a little bit shocked by. But one of the things I was able to do at the time was I got 20% more on my trade-ins if I put down money to a pre-release or pre-order of a game. So I went ahead and pre-ordered Ghost of Yotei because I knew I was going to play it. It was the next game coming out that I was really excited for. And I just figured if I already had the credit, I'm just going to go ahead and pay it off and just have it done and over with. So I'm picking that game up this week. I'm really excited for it. I don't know how soon I'll be able to jump in to play it because I'm going to start playing Expedition 33 here soon. I'm going to start actually streaming on Twitch while I'm playing the game. But yeah, this game looks like it's going to be amazing, and I'm excited to be able to kind of jump into it. So let me know. Are you picking the game up? Did you pre-order it? Are you doing physical or digital? I'd love to be able to hear your thoughts. But what do you think about this game? How do you think it's going to play out? Let me know in the comments.